Since the emergence of ChatGPT, OpenAI's groundbreaking artificial intelligence tool, American companies have appeared to have a huge head start in the development of the most significant technology of its generation. But now a small Chinese rival has emerged that appears to match what OpenAI and the other US giants can do at a much lower cost, and without the same hunger for computing power that has made the chip manufacturer NVIDIA the most valuable company in the world. The result was a stunning collapse in the value of big tech stocks, a $593 billion USD fall in the value of NVIDIA, the biggest in the US stock market's history. Today we explain what just happened, and why it matters. So let's start. Welcome to Deep Thought. In this series we have discussed about the trending topic of the world and geopolitics. If you've never heard of DeepSeek before, you are not alone. The company was founded in 2023 by a hedge fund manager in Hangzhou, China. Before it revealed its new AI system a few weeks ago, and published an accompanying research paper that explained how it was done, only AI experts would have known it in the West. But after its launch last week, the DeepSeek app quickly became the most popular free app in the US. And when the company revealed what it said was the remarkably low cost of its system, it sparked a rapid rethink of where the future of AI might lie with chaotic stock market consequences. Until now, the most successful AI models have needed vast amounts of computing power to train their chatbots. Companies like ChatGPT and Meta build their systems using as many as 16,000 of NVIDIA's chips, which are prized for their energy efficiency and ability to handle complex tasks, and sell for USD 30,000 to 40,000 each. But DeepSeek says that it trained its base AI model using about 2,000 less advanced NVIDIA chips, for about $6 million, in less than 2 months. Citigroup estimates that Microsoft, Meta, Amazon and Alphabet's capital spending hit about $209 billion USD last year, with 80% of that going on data centers. We should exercise some caution about what DeepSeek says it can do, and there are some who claim that the story is too good to be true. Elon Musk agreed with Alexander Wang, the CEO of AI firm Scale, who suggested that DeepSeek actually has about 50,000 NVIDIA's most advanced chips but cannot say so because of American export controls. But Wang did not provide evidence for the suggestion. In another way, there are good reasons to think that the claims are credible, because its model is open source, unlike that powering OpenAI. Despite the name, anyone can check its workings. One of the key differences between DeepSeek and the better-known AI systems is its use of a technique called mixture of experts. Essentially, this means that instead of deploying its full computing force in every instance, it only activates the share that is relevant to the task at hand. A model like OpenAI's has 1.8 trillion parameters, or variables, which are active all the time. DeepSeek has 671 billion parameters, but only 37 billion active at once. That has led to a view that while OpenAI is more powerful, DeepSeek is good enough for the average business user mindful of their bottom line. Ironically enough, if it is true that DeepSeek engineers achieved what they have without NVIDIA's cutting-edge chips, their success appears to have been born of necessity. The US has put such restrictive rules in place around the export of the most sophisticated NVIDIA chips that the company was forced to innovate. Those rules were specifically created to prevent China catching up with the US AI industry. After US investors absorbed the potential impact of DeepSeek, the verdict was a disastrous one for the major American players. The leading US tech index, NASDAQ, saw $1 trillion wiped from its closing value. NVIDIA's shares fell by 17%, and Google and Microsoft also saw significant falls. The scale of the sell-off renewed questions about whether the US stock market is overly weighted towards big tech firms, which would mean that the state of the American economy and therefore many others would remain worryingly vulnerable to shocks like this one. The so-called Magnificent Seven, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, NVIDIA, and Tesla, account for a third of the value of the S&P 500. At least some investors argued that there could be some good news for investors hidden in. Most analysts would see that as a very optimistic read, since any growth might come alongside the collapse in sales of its most lucrative products. When the dust settles, it still looks like DeepSeek has created a new and much more efficient model for AI development without needing lots of NVIDIA's most powerful chips, and if other companies can recreate the same approach, the consequences will be profound. It could mean that many smaller players can get into the market, and that the existing giants will have to rethink their strategy. It could also seriously challenge US control of the industry. For those whose primary concern is not the health of the American AI giants, another possible consequence may seem more significant. One reason that the Biden administration pressed on with its ban on NVIDIA chip exports was the fear that if China was allowed full access, an incredibly powerful technology could evolve outside US control. With some experts recently updating their expectations on when advanced general intelligence, the holy grail of AI, will be reached, that could have far-reaching economic and security implications. One possible selling point that would remain for the big US players is the promise of security for sensitive industries and government agencies. And DeepSeek's success suggests how different AI might look if China takes the lead, and how that might have implications around the world. The company stores user information on Chinese servers, and censors any questions to do with subjects that are taboo in China. What you think about that? Is DeepSeek makes revolution in AI industry or it just a mere player? Drop your comment below. Share this video if you find it interesting and don't forget to subscribe.